doesn't seem like a lie. You say it tastes good when you're online. You know it feels good when you know it's right. You say it tastes good when you live on the line that feels great now. The night is falling. You say it tastes good when you live on the line that feels great now. The night is falling. You say it tastes good when you live on the line that feels great now. The night is falling. You say it tastes good when you live on the line that feels great now. The night is falling, 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 falling.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the Anti-Media Radio. You are here with Lavonne, live from the Love Lab in my hometown of Lemon Grove. We are here Monday through Friday on UCY. Hold on. Whoa. We're here Monday through Friday on UCY.tv. We're really excited to be here. So Monday through Thursday, we share with you guys news, which you can check out on the antimedia.org. And on Fridays, I like to share with you guys some valid health information, things that you may not know, things to empower you or inspire you, or all of the above. And tonight we're talking about 12 plus ways to consume cannabis. It's not just for smoking or putting in brownies. I'm happy to be here with
Flipping Abstract.
the Flipping Abstract. I'm trying to have a guest every week. Been featuring artists and people from around town who are entrepreneurs or inspiring or educational, all of the above as well. So Flipping Abstract, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
You're an abstract artist.
Yes, I am.
And you're a cannabis connoisseur as well.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm happy to have you.
These are things I do.
These are things that you do. So we're going to be sourcing, let me minimize something really quick. Here we go. An article from sound effects included.
Zoom.
Thank you. Wow. We should have more artists on here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, last week we had UTI Scribbles. It was really awesome to have him on the show. He's doing some cool things in the community. But the article we're going to be reading is on the Stoner's Cookbook, so you guys can check it out if you want to read along. Sorry for the baby crying in the background. There's a little person who wants to be in the studio, which obviously can't happen because then we couldn't focus on what we're trying to talk about tonight. So, pardon that. So this article is on the Stoner's Cookbook. It's titled 12 Ways to Consume Marijuana. But before we dive into that article, I wanted to talk to you guys about the types of profiles regarding chemistry that are inside of cannabis. So there's a lot of different cannabinoid, there's that word, cannabinoid profiles. And there's a lot that goes on inside of the plant that stimulate different effects within your body. So let's talk about decarboxylation. So what you're doing is you're encouraging a conversion when you decarboxylate. And basically you take THC and CBD and THCA and CBDA, and you add heat to it. So that's the plant matter itself, and you're converting it into THC and CBD. So when this happens when you heat over 122 degrees. So what's recommended before you utilize cannabis in different, depending on the ways that you want to use it, like especially if you want to consume it, you're going to want to decarb so that you kind of activate it. Let's see here. There's also an indica and a sativa. A sativa is stimulating and an indica is relaxing. Most plants are a hybrid of the two, and effects vary for patient to patient, of course. So sometimes you may see CBN on a product, and that happens with exposure to light and oxygen. So THC degrades into CBN, but CBN has a lot of positive effects too. Like it's really good for sleeping, and you wanna get this tested. Like you wanna eat products that are tested, and in my hopes to teaching people about the profiles of cannabis is that you would seek products that allow you to know what types of compounds are in the things that you're consuming. And we're going to get into the ways you consume in just a moment. But you want to know how much CBN is there so that can give you an idea of how old is the product that you're consuming. So cannabis is a very complex plant containing over 400 different chemical compounds, 80 of which are unique to the plant. These are called cannabinoids. Understanding the basics of the major cannabinoids allows for more effective medicating practices. So there's THCA, which is the most prevalent cannabinoid, non-psychoactive, and converts to THC with heat. It's good for anti-inflammatory, anti-emetic, and it's neuroprotective. So there's also THC, which is the main psychoactive component, stimulates appetite, relieves nausea, and degrades to CBN with time. It's antibacterial, anti-neoplastic, neuroprotective, and an analgesic. CBDA, non-psychoactive as well, converts to CBD with heat, anti-inflammatory, anti-neoplastic. Then there's CBD, which is non-psychoactive as well, relieves nausea, collaborates with THC to reduce paranoia and anxiety. It has all of those same properties that we spoke of, but it's also anticonvulsive for those who have seizures. That's very beneficial. It's also a bone stimulant to those who need help growing bones, which I actually didn't know until I read this today. So that's really cool. And then we have CBN, which is a degraded product of THC. It's mildly psychoactive, it's a sleep aid, and highly potent. So CBN, sometimes an accident, well for me it's always been an accident, because I was using products that I didn't know how old they were, but it is really good for sleeping. Sorry. So there's a little bit about the chemistry of cannabis, just so we can get some background information about the plant. And I'm going to get into this article here, 12 ways to consume marijuana. I like to call it cannabis. I think it's a more proper term. Let's see here. So the most common way and the most probably popular way that people know how to smoke cannabis, definitely the first way that I smoked cannabis, and I have a funny story to go along with that, is a joint. So they're easy to make if you know how, and you just need two ingredients. You just need a paper and cannabis, which is very nice and convenient. Let's see. First time I smoked, somebody else had rolled a blunt, and they said it was chronic. And I took like 2 poofs, or what people would call hits, and I was so paranoid. I was like 16, so I thought my mom was going to find out, and every car that drove by, I thought it was her. It was horrible. Definitely did not enjoy myself. And then... So it must have been a sativa, it was very stimulating. And the second time, and this is where the joint story comes in, I tried to roll a joint, and I don't think I had enough, now that I'm remembering. I didn't have very much cannabis, not a lot. not even a no, not not a proper amount now that I'm older. And I was seriously trying for like all day to roll this joint, and I just couldn't get the mechanics of it down. So finally, after just like pretty much dropping it everywhere, I was unsuccessful. And I hadn't been taught how to fashion pipes out of apples or weird things like cans, which I don't recommend. Don't smoke out of an aluminum can. No, no bueno. So yeah, I didn't I didn't know any of those techniques, but now joints are really, it's like a active brotherhood in a sense. Like people in the community gather around just joints and they share and pass things. So that's the first way, according to this article, the Stoner's Cookbook, on how to consume marijuana as a joint. I just told them the story. This is the first one. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Thank you for handling the little one.
Yeah, I try.
So everyone just wants to be in a love lab. So I told them the story of how I unsuccessfully tried to roll a joint for like all day.
Yeah.
And and I just threw weed everywhere and it didn't work. And I was getting into how it's like an act of communion to share a joint. So in honor of that, I think you should like that joint.
Oh, yeah.
So the second way, you're really good. You're kind of famous for your joint rolling.
I don't know about famous.
No. Everyone who sees you do it is pretty impressed, because joint rolling by hand is like a common thing of people 2 generations older than us. But nowadays, most people are using rollers. So when they see you do it by hand, they're like, whoa, wow, impressive. So I encourage you to learn how to roll one, because I did. You know, I was unsuccessful for a day, but find someone who knows how to do it. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Some tips is you want to like start the paper. You kind of want to put a crease in it and kind of give it like a mock roll, like with no product inside of it.
Right.
And what would you say is the second step?
Then you want to load it up and.
How do you want to prepare your batter? Like,
well, you want to flatten it out to where it's evenly spaced along the joint, but I also like to split it so that there's not as much in the middle, but the sides are heftier, and then I roll it to where it all kind of levels out. It's just kind of a matter of playing with it and finding what works for you. But yeah, everybody has their own way of rolling a joint, so find that perfect way.
Something new reminds me of that new thing we were talking about, the Rolls Choice pen. That guy, I don't know if he invented it, but it's definitely the first thing I've seen of its kind. It's just a method to seal your joints or blunts. This guy is saying that cavities are spread via saliva, and that's what inspired him to create it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
a lot of people are sharing joints, and who knows what else. So look into some things like that. That's what's really cool about this allowance of cannabis being able to grow as an industry, is it's inspiring a lot of people to create things and, you know, to make not only the consumption safer, but more accessible, I guess, because, I don't know, Rolls Choice, I love it. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's just not the only thing.
What else? What else is out there?
Lots of things, but let's see what number 2. Oh, look at that. The number
blunt.
2, very similar to a joint, is a blunt. So what's the difference is it's not a paper. You're smoking an actual tobacco leaf, and you can hold more marijuana, and they have all kinds of different flavors.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'm just getting into like I like the Fruity Tooty or something.
There's a few out there.
Yeah, there's a
Pretty
few.
good.
There's a few that are good, but I don't like the technique of splitting it down the middle and resealing it. It was just brought to my attention that you can wiggle everything out and just pack it in.
Yes.
That is the way to smoke a blunt. Like, don't let anyone cut your blunts anymore and try and reseal them. That's just dumb. Don't don't do it. Like,
Losing so much space.
yeah, oh man, when you have one properly packed, it's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a cannabis cigar. Who doesn't want that?
Mm.
So people who like spliffs, you could essentially have like a giant spliff.
Yes.
So get on that.
Yeah. Giant split.
So that was the number 2. Number 3, they say these are all smoking methods.
Yeah, these
They're
are like. Okay, here's an actual different method. But okay, so that third one was pipes.
but that's just
It's
yeah.
a different
That's just
smoking
yeah.
method. This is
Well,
kind of unfair.
no, we're getting there. There's 12 ways. Relax. So yeah, the third way was pipes. We all know that we can use pipes made out of glass. I don't recommend ones made out of metal. They're I definitely want to go with a glass, like a bong. You could filter the water. But something new that people are doing.
That bog's probably another way.
It
that
probably
they
is another
have-
one, yeah. So drinks, which is something that we've dabbled in.
Yes.
You can brew tea. You can take the leaves and you can brew them, and you wanna get to not above 300 degrees, definitely. So you start killing things off.
Yeah.
But people have found ways to make a soda. Like, I've tried a cannabis soda recently that was so delicious.
Ooh, yum.
And if you go to like the Cannabis Cup website or any of those different events, you can see some of the vendors. And there's a lot of people making sodas.
Yeah.
That's a good place to compile a lot of them.
I've tried some of the juices and stuff from certain dispensaries.
Oh man, we just came back from a farmer's market. Every Wednesday there's a farmer's market in San Diego. And there's this lady who has this elixir, and it's nothing like I've tasted. It was like a vitamin. Oh gosh, do you remember the name?
No.
It was. I'm gonna remember, guys. I swear it was so delicious, but it was so potent. Each cup was like 100 milligrams, so it was a lot of medicine. So I would recommend taking like just a shot. And it tasted like a Flintstone vitamin, but not artificial, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like none of the ingredients tasted like freaking food.
No red dye number 4.
Yeah, it didn't taste like red dye or whatever. But she's like me. She was inspired to be healthier, and she likes cannabis, and she figured, why not make a pain-relieving drink that's like a concentrate?
Yum.
It's so good. I'm going to find out the name of that thing. So drinking, you can drink cannabis, and another method is juicing it raw. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I'd heard of that.
People take the plant and they run it straight through their juicer, and they just make like a raw can of juice, and they put it into different things, or they just drink it straight. And it's really interesting because there's just an immense list of ailments that people are using it for.
Yep.
I can't even just say one. And here's the hot new thing, which is a dab,
Yum.
also known as a butane hash oil or wax. Dabs are extremely potent hash oil extracts that you smoke with a rig, much like a bong, except with a blowtorch. But a few things. There's a few ways to make dabs. You don't have to only use butane. Some people are using methane, right? Propane.
All the tanes and pains.
Yeah, all the tanes and pains, basically. But I've said this before, they're not the safest thing if you don't know how to do it, because there's residual pain, whatever the pain is. If people don't know exactly how to extract it, there's going to be some left over. So what you hear a lot is people like, bleh, 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 like this horrible cough after they take a dab. And I gotta say, though, it has evolved a lot, and people are really starting to respect it. And it's delicious if done well. What do you think?
Indeed, they are evolving quickly.
Very quickly. Like, I remember maybe 3 years ago, a dab rig was like, gosh, $300, like a portable one.
Mm.
And it had little glass vials that you could just reuse, just drop your dabs in, but you had to
Heat the outside of that little
vial.
vial, and it just
Yeah, it's like a glass vial you attach to a vaporizer. It looked suspicious. It looked creepy. It looked super, I don't know. It's very different. It's
yes.
not like smoking a joint. And when you show an old timer, no offense, just people who've been smoking joints only or pipes only, a dab, they go, "What?"
What do you mean? What is that?
I mean, they had
So it's
honey oil or hash
concentrated?
oil back in the day, but the rig game is definitely involved.
Yeah.
And before you used to have to heat up some sort of nail to vaporize your dab. Now they have electric ones, which are portable and don't require a torch.
Yes.
So those are really interesting, and I hope that makes it safer.
Right.
And that's what's also important about this industry kind of exploding is that it's only going to get safer. There's going to be more regulations. There's a new bill that passed that I'm researching. I don't even remember the name of it, so I don't want to talk about it.
266.
But no, I was talking about the one that's going to start regulating everything. Is that it? Yeah, I just heard about it today on the phone in a quick conversation. But basically, the government's going to start regulating everything because more states are demanding the use of CBDs, which are non-psychoactive, because they're so beneficial.
Yes.
So it's going to be treated as a medicine.
Good.
And it's exciting. So let's get into our next video. Oh, look at that bong.
Oh, didn't I say something about that?
Yeah, so obviously you can filter your cannabis through water to consume it. That's a novel method of smoking it.
Yeah, yay.
It's a delicious way. You can really utilize the full flavor of the flower, and
Unless, of course, you don't take care of your bong.
yeah, you gotta change the water every day at least and empty it. Don't leave the water stagnant. And a lot of people drool into it, so you want to give it a rinse. You get a lot of residue too. What are some ways that you clean your bong?
Alcohol and salt. It's pretty much like the best way.
I heard some people put rice in their bong.
Yeah, but you can get the rice bits
Stuck.
expanding and get them stuck.
Yeah.
And with salt, at least it'll
Like
dissolve
rock
over
salt.
time. Yeah, use a rock salt, something that's heavy, that's going to, get across the glass and break up that material.
I heard a guy one time told me to put Simple Green in my bong, but I've never tried it.
Oh, yeah?
So, I don't know. If anybody's tried it, you can call us and tell us if it works.
Simple Green.
But a lot of people are at the Cannabis Cup right now, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
They're probably having the times of their lives. Have you ever been to one of those places?
No. No, I haven't. I'd like to go. Eventually. One of these days. I'll be there.
Nice. So the next way, according to this website, is
a bubble or
no, I'm sorry.
oh what? Oh my god, what are you doing? She's just all over the place.
Buttons. So
No, you gotta go back one.
the bubbler obviously is a combination of two different types of smoking devices, which is a pipe and a bong.
Yeah.
So you get both experiences.
Yeah.
It's portable.
Yeah.
Like we used to have a guy who, I still know a guy who carries one around in his shirt pocket.
Yeah.
Either that or a torch, which I don't recommend. We gotta tell him about that electric nail.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
I think I told him about it, but he's a busy man.
So anyways, the next method is vaporizing. So I really like this because
I enjoy vaping.
it tastes delicious. You get to the exact temperature of psychoactive ingredients becoming active, and there's no smoke. And it's healthier. Like, cannabis has been proven not to be unhealthy for the lungs, believe it or not.
No way.
Yeah. Super way.
No way.
Super way.
I don't
But
believe
this makes it even healthier, which Who doesn't want to consume cannabis in a healthier way?
I don't know.
Exactly. So this is really interesting. Capsules. So cannabis can be broken down into fat. I'm sure we all have heard of pot brownies, right? So how they do that is they
What's a pot brownie?
basically you cook a can of butter. You put the cannabis into a butter
Uh-huh.
by activating it, like we talked about earlier,
Oh.
and then you cook food with it.
No.
So what people are doing is they're taking that oil and or that butter or whatever fat, and they're testing it so they know the exact potency, and then they're putting it into vegetable capsules so that people can swallow them.
Wow. That's gotta be nice. Time released. So like a 15-minute gel cap, and then it pops into your stream, and then you got about 15 minutes more for it to get through. It's not bad. It's gotta be interesting.
Well, the time varies depending on the person, but the point is that you're eating it
Oh gosh.
and it's digested. The first time I took those, I went to Disneyland.
Yeah?
And I actually blacked out because I took those with my coffee. And then I didn't black out to the end of the night, like 11 o'clock, but it was because I ate candy that wasn't chocolate all day that was infused. And I had way too much because it's processed differently when you eat it, and it's very potent on the body, or it can be depending on the person.
Yeah.
I have a very fast metabolism, so it was just like running through me.
Right.
So that's one thing I like to teach people is be very careful with edibles. Like I wouldn't recommend more than 10 milligrams at a time to start. Like waiting an hour in between just to make sure. And some of these things are 100 milligrams, which is a lot. You think about the average gram of weed has about 10 milligrams.
No.
No, I'm sorry, 100. I'm sorry, 1 gram of weed has about 100 milligrams, which is 1 gram at a time is a lot to consume if you think about it.
Yeah. They say the average smoker consumes about 1 gram a day, so I mean, if you're an average smoker, then yeah, that'd be your whole intake in one little shot. Boom. Whee. So their next little method here in this list is tinctures. So marijuana tinctures are extracts taken from the plant that are highly potent and easy to manage. Taken under the tongue, tinctures act just as fast as smoking, but without the need for the smoke bit. So, there you go. That's,
Anybody can make a tincture. It's
yes.
basically, some are made with alcohol,
Uh-huh.
but it doesn't have to be.
Oh,
An alcohol is just a liquid, or I'm sorry, a tincture is just a liquid in which you're like slow infusing an herb into. So, for example, like if I wanted to make an alcohol-based marijuana tincture, I'd get a big glass jar with a lid that screws on. It's sealable.
uh-huh.
And then I'd put cannabis in it, and I'd cover it like with Everclear.
So this is what you would do.
Mm-hmm. And then I'd shake it around. Shake it, agitate it. Really nice. Like up, turn it upside down. Shake it like 30 or 40 times.
Yeah.
Every day for like a month.
Uh-huh.
And then you have a tincture. And what happens is the alcohol pulls, just like the wax and such, kind of how that butane pulls all the stuff off.
Right.
This does the same thing. But, oh my gosh, the flavor profile that you get.
Oh, look, you're getting a phone call. Hurrah. How you do this? How you do that? You doing that?
Hello?
Hey, Anton Media Radio?
Hey, welcome. This is Lavonne, and we have
Flipping.
a flipping paint abstract artist. What's your name?
Cassius.
How's it going? Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
Yay!
Hey,
Yesterday was
calm
my
down.
birthday,
Don't be so
but
excited. I'm just kidding. Be super excited.
I'm 20 whole years old.
How many revolutions are you?
20.
Wait, no way. That's not it. I can't believe it.
Yeah, you know that, right? You know that.
I forgot, but I know now. Again.
Yeah.
So what did
what
you do for
doing?
your birthday, man? How's it going?
I didn't do much. I played drums on some dirt really hard. I went outside and stared at the stars while playing drums on some dirt.
Nice.
Sounds like a
with
grand
some
time.
drumsticks. Yeah, it was pretty grand. Yeah, I'm not doing much. Just pretty much nothing.
Well, thank you for joining me. I'm honored to have you on your birthday, and all the other times too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we're talking
what you
about
talking about?
all sorts of different ways to consume cannabis. We just got into the tinctures. Have you ever tried a tincture?
Not a tincture, but I eat edibles like every day.
Oh, that's a good way. I enjoy edibles. Sometimes they can be very
Peanut butter
potent.
puffs.
Yeah, we were just talking
Oh,
about
man.
how people can overdose. Like, how do you make sure that you don't? Like,
Well, if you do, it's okay. My friend, Josh, he ate like a whole one because it melted and I left it at his house. So for some reason he figured that it's not very good math, but he thought that if you eat it and it was melted, it wasn't still a whole one.
Yeah, of course not.
But it was
Then
still
it's a half, right?
bad math. It was a whole 1,100 milligrams THC peanut butter cup.
oh my gosh!
So he described this thing where he had dreams where he would wake up from his dream in another dream, and then he'd go in the kitchen and make a sandwich, and then he'd wake up in his dream in another dream and go in the kitchen and make another sandwich.
Damn, he was having some Inception dreams and shit?
Yeah, something like that.
That's
He was
brutal.
dreaming inside of dreams that he thought he actually did that in the morning. He's like, I didn't make those sandwiches.
Damn it, I still have to make sandwiches again.
Supposed to make 30 sandwiches for the sandwich off.
That is the good thing about cannabis is like, even if you do overdo it, the worst thing is that you are cognizant all the way and you eat a bunch or you pass out or, you may vomit, but you're not going to die, hopefully.
It's in your psychedelic experience. I mean, if I eat too much edible, it'll be like pretty anxiety ridden. I'll just go under a blanket or something like that. I can't eat a giant edible, be around people for me. But yeah, most definitely. It's mirroring a psychedelic experience almost if you take that much.
Yes.
But my mom has MS and she takes edibles every day, and she was able to stop taking daily injections of this horrible pharmaceutical drug that you'd have to inject into like fat, like the stomach every day, like multiple times a day.
Wow.
Yep.
First of all, I'm sorry that your mom has MS. That's a really difficult thing to endure.
It's okay. It seems like it's not as bad as it was originally thought to be. And she was on antidepressants at the time that she was diagnosed with MS, and like I convinced her to get off of those. So maybe, well, I don't know. We can't trust doctors, so I don't know.
True.
You're right, bro.
They just want their money.
I went to the doctor for the first time pretty much like in like 10 years, besides having children. And it was like going to buy a car, the way she was trying to have out some drugs. You need some pharmaceuticals in your life. Like, it was like I felt like she was hardcore trying to sell me on them. because I kind of set the stage like, hey, lady, I'm not here for drugs. Like, I just need a referral. You
So
know?
incredibly dangerous. It's so incredibly dangerous. I mean, God, I think that even, is it a leap to say that, well, opioids are still terrible, but I feel like opioids, as terrible as they are still not as dangerous as SSRI, antidepressants, and things like that, because you may become addicted, you may have your, all of your stuff messed up by opioids like oxy and stuff like that, but you're not going to get the same kind of impossible to describe cognitive dissonance and lack of sense that an SSRI would give you over a long period of time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any data personally to back that up, but just from what I've seen in the family members that I know, and personally, like, I tried an antidepressant like 10 years ago because the doctor convinced me I needed it, and you don't you literally can't think of certain things. I felt stagnant in my mind because I didn't like it, and
Exactly.
I've seen people in my family that I love go crazy after trying to get better from a mental illness, if that makes any sense.
It makes perfect sense. I'm sorry to hear that. I've seen the same thing. I wish, yeah, oxy is terrible too, of course, but I just feel like I don't know what it messes up, but it touches something that is permanently altered, I feel, by an SSRI. I see, you got like a blank stare in certain people's eyes when they've been taking it for a long time. There's a certain kind of desensitization that I don't know how to put my finger on it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I had a buddy that when we were growing up, his mom had a really hard time taking care of him because he's what you consider ADHD. And he was a second born child, and his sister was what you would call normal, or she was really moldable, you know what I mean? And he was highly inquisitive and everywhere, and I I would think that he was just highly intelligent and requiring like extra stimulation. But he was medicated, dude, like 4 or 5 different drugs. They even like gave him shots in his penis for what, I don't know. But
What?
yeah,
Oh my
bro,
God.
I don't know why, but he would tell me like, because he went to the doctor, like once a week, because his mom was like, oh, is something wrong with him? He was
That's
so intelligent.
disturbing.
Okay, but I knew this guy for like a good 12 years of my life, and I watched him change, dude. Like, he literally disintegrated. He disintegrated.
That's the fragile that's the fragile nature of this world, of people, of everything. I think that there's an inherent nature of the world in the complexity of how many different things can happen when you do anything. Anything. I mean, if you're messing with something that incredibly powerful, multiple different drugs that you don't know enough about, multiple pharmacies. How can you possibly not expect those type of extreme things to happen? Who knows what could happen? I mean, so many variables. The reality of the world is complex. Everything is complex like that. I hope that makes sense.
No, yeah, what I kind of take from what you're saying is that, like, we're inherently complex enough. How are we going to take something from nature, put it in a lab, make it even more complex, and expect it not to have an outcome? Like physics says, every action has a reaction. Well, that compound was already
Yeah,
going to have a reaction within our complex system. Now it's like, I think that's what we get so many side effects, is because we're frankenfrying it. You know what I mean? We're
yeah.
taking it into a lab, and we're
It's
dissecting it and smashing together particles that aren't found anywhere else, and it's not supposed to be. I don't think I come from a holistic healing background, and I've seen people heal in so many ways that don't include drugs. So to me, they're not essential all the time.
Word.
I think it's important to recognize, pretty much what I was trying to say is that everything in this world and in nature for all of history is, well, it's just so much more intense to decide to do something with no regard for the consequences, rather than to not decide to do that thing and be more careful. I mean, what I'm saying is that it's so incredibly easy to make a decision, then have everything explode. Everything is hinging on chaos. I mean, everything is like that. So it's so easy to make a decision and for that to have incredible unforeseen consequences. Everybody should be playing their cards wisely in everything they consume. I mean, I'm not saying that people should be ridiculously conservative, but you know what I'm saying. It's a complex world. It's a world where you could, it's hard to predict the outcome of situations.
Yeah, I mean, I could agree to that. It is a complex world.
That's why you got to carry your D20 with you.
Yeah, exactly.
When life gets difficult, let the die decide.
Yeah, you just roll your dice, and then you have an answer. Problem solved. Or you are. Do you know how Hillary? Isn't that how Hillary won? They roll the dice, right? Or did they flip a coin? What did they do? Or they pulled straws?
They flipped 666 coins. And all 666 coins came up positive for each side, double.
Right? Yeah. But they should have had some D20s. It would have been way easier.
Yeah.
I would have liked that probability.
Oh, man.
But
6 points.
thank you for sharing your story about your mom, dude. Like, I love hearing people that are getting helped by cannabis. I think it's really important to teach people that you don't just have to smoke it. Like, what are some ways that you know of that don't involve smoking it to utilize it?
Well, I'm not very well versed in that. I know I've heard of several people who had both their what's it called, epilepsy, of course, treated by cannabis oil, but the thing that I didn't quite understand the way it works yet is the way that cancer is treated with it. I think that they actually take the cannabis oil and apply it directly to, I'm not sure about this, but...
Well, I can tell you, if you don't know.
Yeah.
Well...
Yeah, go for it.
If I'm not interrupting, of course. Are you done, sir?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay, sorry, I have a horrible habit of interrupting people.
Oh, it's all good.
I'm trying to work on it. Okay. So, one popular method and a really common, well-known application and type is the Rick Simpson oil. And how you get that is you basically make a tincture with the alcohol, and then you cook off the alcohol, and you're left with like a molasses-type consistency. It's like a thick sap. And people eat it. They put it right in their mouth, like under their tongue. And it's super, super potent concentrate. Or they, pretty sure they put it right, like you said, right on topically or on their skin. Right in the spot.
I thought they literally...
Cancers,
yeah. Like, and I make a potion. I make basically like a Rick Simpson style, but with a blend of oils, coconut oils. And you can put it...
So it's not like Rick Simpson at all.
It's not like Rick Simpson. It's just a concentrate. But you can eat it or put it on your skin, and it works really well. The body is hungry for it almost.
Yes.
Yeah, it's incredible. I wasn't sure if they applied it directly to the thing that has cancer, but I know someone that has an illness that I feel like should really be treated by this. And she started eating edibles and feeling a lot better, and then suddenly her illness wasn't considered to be like a deathly illness. It's something to do with like um arteries like being blocked in her whole body at once.
Wow.
And she seems to be a lot better now. She's illegally eating edibles in Texas.
Oh, wow.
So
Well,
yeah,
good luck to her.
in Texas. Huh?
I said, well, good luck to her. I mean, I hope she doesn't get in any trouble for this.
Yeah, Texas, I lived there for 9 years. I've seen people incarcerated for resonated cannabis pipes, beaten up and taken to jail for that. So it's crazy in Texas like that. The police state is out of control there.
Yeah,
It's unfortunate.
indeed. Over a plant. Over something that grew from the ground.
Yeah. My childhood, like, I was seeing all kinds of people get incarcerated for weed in Texas. They'd bring, like, drug dogs into middle school and look for drugs on people in middle school.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, that's really creepy. What about DARE?
Yeah.
Did you guys have a DARE program over there in Texas?
Yeah. They
Sorry,
had,
I like saying Texas.
it's all good. They had like a kind of like a half-assed DARE program in elementary school, but I feel like they kind of started to feel the futility in technically calling it DARE. It pretty much inspired a lot of, making fun of it. So I think they discontinued it on that basis and continued it on a different name.
Interesting.
Hello?
Hi, we just got another caller, Cassius. What's your name?
Wait, excuse me?
What's your name?
My name is Mike Sanchez.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for calling the show. We're talking about different ways to utilize cannabis other than smoking. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm smoking a bowl right now as we speak.
Woo!
There you go.
Are you doing the bong method, the bubbler method, the vaporizer method? Which one?
I just have pieces. I'm not big on bongs or
Oh, there you go. Glass
bubblers.
pipe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sativa,
I just wanna-
indica, which one?
Doesn't matter as long as I get high. That's all that matters.
Okay, so you use it just for like a mood change. Like, do you have any medical conditions, or is it just like,
I don't have any medical conditions. I just use it for depression. When
okay,
I'm
well
just,
that's
something.
a total medical condition, dude. Like if you don't feel happy, like
Oh,
life
yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, and also I just don't like to be sober. I hate being sober. And
Okay.
I choose to smoke marijuana. So, yeah. I follow your guys' Facebook page all the time, so I think it's a great page.
Well,
And I get a kick out of all the attention seekers that write on there that they're unfollowing the page just because they don't agree with something you guys post on there. So they gotta let you guys know they're unfollowing the page or whatever.
well, thank you for following. Like, question: How many articles do you read a week? Do you think?
I read whenever I'm on Facebook. Usually, like I just whatever I find interesting, I'll just check it out.
So as
Usually
a
about like all the. Are you talking about your guys' Facebook page?
no, I'm just talking in general. Like, I'm trying to change the notion that stoners are lazy or dumb. Like, if anything, we want to learn more, right?
Yeah, that's totally false. Stoners are not dumb or lazy. It just depends on how you smoke it. If you're successful, there's nothing wrong with smoking marijuana. A lot of people are different. Some I guess can be lazy. But I'm not the lazy type. I actually work. And I actually get a lot more done when I'm high than I'm not sober.
Yeah.
So you
If
find
I
it
smoke a bowl, I
stimulating.
get a lot more work done.
There you go. Kudos.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
I
it's
function more. I function more when I'm stoned than I am sober. I don't know. I guess. Am I the only one? No, this is my first time calling.
No, Cassius is here too. You want to say hi? It's his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to you. May you have many. Oh, it's yesterday? Well, it's never too late to wish you happy birthday and many more to come.
Thanks,
Hope you
brother.
enjoy your day. No problem.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah.
That's
Am I the only one? Am I the only one talking to you guys, or is there like more people?
The people. Well, you mean like?
This is my first time calling you guys.
Yeah,
I just wanted
you're
to
only
check
the
it out.
second person ever to call us in 3 years, dude. Congratulations.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
this is a Friday
I thought you
show.
guys had That's
I'm
funny.
just-
I thought you guys had callers all the time. I thought
Aw.
it was just gonna be like where I listen to everybody talking to you guys and stuff. Pretty crazy.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you calling in, dude. We try to interact with people. We actually have this show Monday through Friday, same hours.
Monday through Friday.
Yeah, I'm not the
Is
only
it
one.
call? Is it like a certain hours to call you guys, or is it just whenever?
Between
During
8 and
the day.
9. Yeah, we're not 24/7 yet.
Future.
That's cool. Are you guys smoking yourselves right now?
Yeah, we're doing the
Yeah.
joint method.
Yeah, we're using the joint method currently.
I like branch.
Yeah, we'll
I'm not really.
it's later tonight. And
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of joints
then dab.
because there's
then,
some people that don't know how to smoke it out of a joint. They
Oh.
wet the paper and it's hard
Oh,
to
I
smoke
get
out of that.
so irritated when people use it as a microphone and then they let it go out and then it tastes like rotten whatever. It's
Oh
just,
yeah,
Ugh.
it has that stale taste. It doesn't taste good.
it's the worst.
Yeah.
I like
What kind you guys
branch.
smoking on?
uh,
Are you guys young? Are you guys young? You guys sound young.
we're
I am.
we're almost 30.
Well, that's.
I'm
yeah,
barely
pretty
20
young.
yesterday.
Cassius just turned 20.
Damn, you guys are really young.
You
How old
gotta
are
read
you,
some of my
Grandpa?
articles, man.
What
was that?
How old are you, Grandpa? Sir Grandpa?
I'm 32.
Okay.
Still old.
You're not old. Knock it
Still
off.
old.
No,
My
when you're
body feels
80,
old.
when you're 80, you can pretend like you're old.
I'm 8 years old. What is this?
Yeah. I'm 32, but I don't look my age. A lot of people think I look 18, 19 years old. They're
Me
like,
too.
God damn, you're 32. Yeah.
That's good.
I have good genes, I guess. I guess I get it from my mom. My mom doesn't look her age either. She's in her 60s, and she looks like she's in her early 40s.
Well, there you go.
So, yeah.
Now
So
you
what
just
kind of
gotta
questions
find
you
yourself
guys
a lady that's
wanted
like
to
that
ask?
too, so that your children get those good genes, so that you pass
Yeah.
on a legacy of younger and younger looking peoples.
Mm-hmm.
You're silly.
Exactly. That's damn.
Cassius,
Are you guys
older-
doing tonight?
go ahead.
I didn't get you guys. I didn't hear the question.
I love awkward
I
moments.
feel like
Everyone's like sorry at the same time.
I can like hear you guys. I can hear myself talking to you guys. But I feel like you guys on the speaker or something.
Oh, it's just because we're all on the line. There's like 5 billion of us right now, all on this line.
Oh, that's funny.
You know how the internet works.
It's interwebs. We're all using it right now.
Yeah.
It's so overloaded, I think.
Oh man.
Are you guys
Cassius,
all together? Are you guys all together, like in a room or something, or what? You guys all...
Nope.
no, where are you, Cassius?
Sacramento.
He's in Sacramento. I'm in.
Oh damn! All of you guys are in California or what?
Yeah, bro.
Yep.
What in the-
Where are you?
I'm in Orange County.
Oh,
We're
we're
in
all in
Orange County.
California. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
Woo, California.
Oh, County.
Yeah.
Yep. California with the best weed.
Yeah.
Seriously.
California has bomb weed.
It's because we have
I'm
all
gonna
this.
miss it. I'm gonna miss it when I have to
Do
move
I-
to Peru to escape all this shit.
Okay, you guys, did you know that you could have a THC spray? So people are taking tinctures and they're putting them into spray bottles to take on the go.
Edibles.
So you could spray it in someone's mouth who's never been humbled in their life and get them all humbled.
Right?
Humboldt County, Humboldt.
Oh, that's
But-
good.
Wait.
The Humboldt County Humbler is a man who has tincture in a spray can who maces people with humble.
When you guys get edibles, you guys gotta try the Hubby bars. Oh my gosh, the best chocolate in the world.
Yeah?
Hubby bars.
Hubby
Yeah.
bars. Alright.
Have you ever
You
tried to
can-
put it on your skin? Like rub it in like a lotion or an oil or a balm?
No, I've never done that. I really don't. I don't know. I really don't feel anything when I eat edibles. People
Oh,
tell me I'm
bro.
supposed to feel
What?
I wonder
all
if,
relaxed
okay,
and stuff.
so if people don't cook the oils right, if they don't activate the components before they cook it, or if they overcook it, you're not going to feel anything.
Oh, really? That's
Uh-huh.
probably why. I usually just get them from the medical dispensary.
Okay, so they probably know what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like my buddies and stuff say they feel it, but like to me, I don't know. I don't feel anything. I just feel like nothing.
Well,
I'm like, what do
your
you guys feel?
your
These are
skin
CBD
is the
edibles.
largest organ. My
I guess there's
my best girlfriend, she's not affected when she eats it, but when she rubs it on her skin, she feels amazing. Maybe you should try.
I've never heard that. I probably will try. Just any edible, anything.
No,
What?
you
So
you
do
want to
like
find like a
chocolate?
lotion that you like a cannabis lotion or balm that you can put on your skin.
You know, you should go to turnloveon.com. Check out their roll-on.
Roll on.
Yeah, it's great for
Well,
that.
I'm not trying to be all sales pitchy or like whatever, but I make one. You can check it out. It's on turnloveon.com. But it works, dude.
People love it.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out for sure.
If you send me a message through there with your information, I'll just send you one. How about that?
on Facebook or what?
No, go to turnloveon.com. That's my website.
Turn off the love. Okay.
The word turn, the word love, the word on. And then
Yeah.
send me your information and I'll send you one. You too, Cassius, for your birthday.
For sure.
So since you
Cool,
guys are
cool.
both in California, like legally I can do that. So I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, can you marry respect?
Can you mail from Bud too?
What's that?
I said, can you mail from Bud too?
Can I mail some bud? If you're a
Yeah.
legal patient, absolutely, we should have a donation.
No, I don't. I am.
Yes, you enter your PayPal information at the website.
No, I don't think it's legal to do that. Winky, winky. Federal law says no.
Give us your social security number and your credit card
Yeah, and a
number and your
blood
address
sample. I need a
and
blood sample. I need some dental
Blood
dentures.
sample.
Yeah.
Blood sample. You can
Hair,
get it.
hair
Tons of doses.
sample. Some, all the samples.
need
Send
5
all
of
of
your
them.
All the
dreads.
set.
If you don't have dreads, you have to grow your hair out until you have dreads and then twist it up and then send it. And it's a token of dedication.
Thank you guys for
Oh,
calling
man.
me in.
Thank you guys.
No problem.
Have a great weekend. Bye.
Appreciate
I'ma let 'em know through the stereo. Yo, here we go through the stereo.